Hello, everybody. See if I can get that on, get everything, make myself look presentable. How's everybody doing today? It is that time again. Yay! It is Facebook Live Sunday, and today we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, so pretty excited. It's a good day. And yeah, so we'll just let people join on for a moment, and yeah, I see all your hellos, so hello. And all your sweet comments. Thank you so much. You guys are great. Yes, it is a good afternoon. Yeah, because it's 5 o'clock here. So I guess a good evening. Good. I don't know. In the South, we we have no idea. It's either dinner or supper, lunch or brunch, lunch or dinner. So it's either afternoon, evening, something. We have no idea. We can never make up our minds down here. So, well, good evening, afternoon. Welcome to our, I think it's 29. I put 29. I have to go back and double check that, but I think this is our 29th, either 29th or 30th video. Good gracious. And for those of you who are new here, I only started this group like, was it June or July? I mean, I really have not had this group very long, and it has exceeded my expectations. It's really, really super cool. Yeah, Brenda, 5 o'clock somewhere. So if you see me looking down, I'm checking your comments, questions, or concerns. And yeah, let's see. Janet, you're welcome. What time did Janet, what time did I go to bed? Okay, this is Anna. Let me tell you a little story about me. I don't sleep a lot. I think it has something to do. I've always heard about like artists and creative people. We just don't sleep. I don't know what it is. But my mom says ever since I was a baby, I mean, I just never really sleep. So I generally fall asleep around 2 o'clock, and then try to get up in the morning. It's really hard for me to even wake up in the morning. But yeah, it's funny. I did finally go to sleep. No matter what I try, I have tried sleeping aids, I've tried all natural, I've tried prescribed, so it's just me. And so, yes, I stay awake a lot. My brain doesn't shut off. So, no fun. But okay, so welcome to Facebook Live Sunday, everybody. Welcome back to all my members and to any new members who have joined. And this week or in the past month or whatever, whenever you've joined, welcome to the group. This group is a really fun group. We go through and explore a lot with the baby lock machines, although if you have a brother, it is very comparable. But if you have another brand, don't let that hold you back from watching the videos, because you may learn something. I do kind of go off topic a little bit, so that's why my videos are kind of long, but I love giving tips and tricks along the way. Hey, Cookie, Miss Cookie Gainer from Embellish. Hey. So if you didn't know, I used to be an Embellish educator. Miss Cookie Gainer is an amazing Embellish educator. So those of you who are new, welcome to the group, and I really appreciate your support. This has been a dream of mine to do something like this, and I get to do it, and I get to do it virtually, which is really cool because I can really reach out to a lot of you guys. Want to just mention a couple things before we get started. I do have a class coming up this Saturday. If anyone would like to join, it is $25, and it's the door hanger class. And I should grab it. before I talk about it. And it's these little guys right here, and they're actually really fun to make. And the reason why I decided to do something like this is an in the hoop project. What's really great about it is it's if you have the IQ designer ability or the My Design Center ability, we're going to design this completely in IQ designer or My Design Center. If you don't have that, you can still take the class because I'll have a file for you to make these. The only requirements are is at least have a hoop that's at least 6 by 10, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Now, this is what I always say about classes. To me, it doesn't matter what class you take because you're always going to learn something. So if you're new to IQ Designer or My Design Center, this is going to be a great class for you because we're going to make something completely in the hoop from the beginning to end. If it's never something that you really want to do, it doesn't matter. Take the class. If you don't like the project in the end, is anybody listening? You can give that as the gift to the person that at Christmas you don't like that much. But no, you didn't hear that from me. But no, this is, something that has a lot of great techniques in it. So if you want to sign up, you're just going to send me an email, and it's a really easy email. It's foreverbblouise@gmail.com, and I'll get you all set up. Now, my last class has come back to haunt me, not really haunt me. I did do a class, the very first class I ever did, which was in the hoop bowl cozies. And we designed the whole thing in the hoop using IQ Designer / My Design Center. And you can still take that class if you'd like to. I don't have actual files yet for if you do not have the IQ Designer or whatever, but I can design those if you don't have IQ Designer, if you want to take the class, and that's $20. And you can just send me an email. I've gotten a lot of emails this week who want to join that class. The cool thing about that class is it's its own Facebook group. So the video and the directions are there, and you're in your own little group that, yeah, and let me show you what they look like. They were really fun, and they had a lot of great techniques. I made quite a few of them. I still haven't used them. I'm weird like that. I'm like, I don't want to use my stuff because it might get dirty. But I think this was the first one I made. And so you just put your bowl in there, of course. And this fabric's one of my favorite fabrics, which is Sun and Soil by Hope Yoder. And this design was in the machine. And we designed the whole thing. There is a little bit of sewing to it. You have to join the front part and the back by sewing. Then I also, with this one, I used in some built-in lettering. How cute is that? That one's so cute. This one's like so small. I think you could use that for ice cream. Here was another one. I don't remember why I put an S in there, but I thought it was really cute. Love this fabric. This is Heather, I can't remember her name. Heather something. Heather Morris, Heather Ross fabric. I can't remember, but love the strawberries. And this one, even though it's red, and if you know me, I don't like red, but this one is so cute. I even like this one a lot. This design is from Hope Yoder's Kitchen Applique Fund, and I actually used an applique in there. And this fabric is, I believe this is, y'all know her. Her and her mom have a company. But yeah, it's that. So super cute. If you want to join in on that, totally. And that's a $20 class. So I do thank those who have reached out to me and signing up for the classes. It's a lot of fun. And the cool thing about the door hanger class, though, is that it's going to be a Zoom class. So you know what that means? We get to meet face to face. I'm so excited. I can't even. I'm so excited to meet you guys. Diane, if you want this one, I'll bring it to work. Diane says, I have an S in my name, hint. If you want this one, Diane, I'll just bring it up to work and you can have it. So, so yeah, I've got plenty. I made a few of them. Okay, so the other cool thing that we have what size fabric for in the bowl? I think, you know what, Jackie, I used 10-inch squares. I'm pretty sure I probably used, I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah. Stacy, you're funny. My voice keeps repeating, Dawn. Okay, for those of y'all, if something keeps repeating, or if the sound is flashing in and out, let me know if it's happening to everybody. But if not, what you might want to do is log out of Facebook, or get out of the app and then come back. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, it was 10-inch squares, wasn't it? Okay. Okay, Miss Lisa Knight just signed on. Hey, Lisa. Lisa is another fabulous, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Lisa Knight is another fabulous baby lock educator that has a group, and it's called Las Vegas Sew Girl. So you need to go join that. Sorry, I know I'm kind of congested today, but I'm always congested. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Okay, so Dawn, if you need to just log out and log back in, that's probably the best bet. Okay, so the other cool thing that I came on and talked to y'all about last week is a giveaway. So I'm going to give away 5 gifts tonight. It will be at the end of the lesson, so just hang on, and I've got some really great gifts. How we did a sign up is, again, I'm going to give shout outs again to Mike and Amanda from Mom and Boys Designs, and Lori Hernandez, Lori, from Lori's Inspiration Collaborations. I copied the way that they did it, and what they did was I put a post up there and I said, what type of sewing do you like? And I got like over 200 responses, and I put in an Excel sheet. You each have a number, and we're going to use a number generator to draw the numbers. Very cool. So we'll do that. Oh, good, Dawn. Hey, Susie. You're not late. You're right on Anna time, because I'm always late. Okay. So the giveaway, we'll do that after the lesson. I'm going to do Applique tonight, which is a really fun. A lot of you, when I asked the question a couple weeks ago, what would you like to see? And a lot of you said one of two things. Last week we did the edge-to-edge quilting, and this week we're going to do Applique. And I'm going to show you a few different ways using the IQ Designer and even the kind of patch tool on the baby lock. So it's really pretty cool. And let's see, so do I have some samples? Yes, I do. Oh, well, I happen to have 2 samples right here that we'll be doing this in the class. So these 2 are applique, believe it or not. The bunny right here. Oh, wait, right there, the bunny. And then the shut the front door, that's applique, because I put a piece of fabric behind it. And of course, for the bunny, I put the white fabric down for that. Okay. Then there's, just regular applique. You may have a design that comes in applique. So like the cherries in this bowl, that's just regular applique. And when I'm saying regular, I should say this is pre-made applique. So when you buy a design and it's applique, that's not really what I'm going to go over. What I'm going to go over is how to design your own applique inside of IQ Designer / My Design Center. So the little thing that I came up with today to show you, it's actually pretty cute. Came out really, really good. I made this little pillow. Now I want you to notice something really weird about this applique. What is that? Is this not so much fun? That is heat transfer glitter vinyl. You can use that as applique material. Look how stinking cute that is. So this heart, remember it's backwards forwards. This heart right here is built into the IQ Designer. But this XOXO right here, I brought in as a clip art. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So this has satin stitching right here, and this is just like a raw edge applique. How stinking cute. Yes, Diane, isn't that cute? We'll have to make this in IQ class. Maybe we'll do that next month. I literally sat down for an hour today and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to show everybody? And I was like, oh, well, I've got some glitter vinyl. And my friend Hope taught me this technique a long time ago. So I was like, why not make something adorable? Is that not stinking cute? And I'm going to show you how to make the whole thing, size and everything. We'll just go over everything. And I just added an envelope back, and literally I didn't even make a pillow to go in. I just stuffed it with some stuffing. And I think I'm just going to sew this close, hand sew this close. But these are real, this came out really cute, and it's just a teeny tiny little thing. So I'm going to show you how to do that on the Meridian. And then what I'm going to do is jump onto the Solaris and we're going to design something else. And also what I want to show you is the patch maker thingy in our baby lock machines. So it's kind of an applique, but not really, but it is a cool technique to show. So I did it with this. This is a built-in design. He's so cute. And then I did, and you've seen this, I did I did the same technique with one of the Zandra Shaw designs from the Hoop Fun Club. Is that not beautiful? And this one has already made applique, and here's another different medium you can use. This right here, can you see how shiny that material is? That's Dupioni silk. One of my favorite things to do appliques with. You just back the Dupioni with an interfacing and you can use it just like an applique fabric. It is like butter and I love it. It's so pretty. Oh, I'm not going to get that down. I have one way over there that I did all in Dupioni. Maybe I'll pull that out next week and show you. But there's so many things we can do with our machines. They're a lot of fun. And I saw some questions coming in, so let me scroll really quickly. Thank you, Patricia. Melody asks, okay, really quickly, jumping back to the door hanger. Melody, the size hoop you will need is at least a 6x10. So this one's a little bit larger because or a little bit longer because I used one of our really big hoops. So you would need at least a 6x10. Okay. Let's see what else. Is the glitter vinyl like Cricut vinyl? Yes, it is. It's basically the same thing. It is called heat transfer vinyl. And let me grab a piece so I can show you guys exactly what that is. And grab a smaller piece here. And I have a ton of this because I taught digital cutting around the country with Embellish and Hope Yoder. So I have a ton of vinyl. And you really can use it for more than just making t-shirts or anything like that. It's really fun. So basically what happens with a heat transfer vinyl in general is you'll have a side that faces out to the world, and then you have a backing, which is basically the glue. So when you heat it up, it's going, not on my chest, here over here, that would hurt. When you heat it up and put it on a shirt or something, it's going to stay forever. However, there's so many more uses you can use it for. So what we like to do is you can take a piece of heat transfer vinyl, and know this about heat transfer vinyl, if it's glitter or regular or smooth. Nope, Darlene, it doesn't hurt it at all. Brenda, did I cut it with my cutting machine? No, but you can, but I didn't. I'm going to show you all about that. Okay. Okay, so there's always a carrier sheet on top, in which you can see me pulling this little plastic piece off right here. There's always a carrier sheet on top, and that protects the front. So when you go to cut it or anything like that, if you use a digital cutter to cut it, you're not supposed to cut through this carrier sheet. However, we're not using it for that purpose, and it'll make a bunch of sense when I get over there to do it. What we're going to do is remove that carrier sheet. This is now garbage. I can get rid of it. And we're going to lay this glitter vinyl down just like we would a piece of fabric for applique. It's the exact same process, and it does not hurt the machine or the needle or anything. It's really quite cool. So this is a piece of purple, little piece of purple that I had, and on the screen, y'all, it looks way prettier than it does in person. But it can really add some interest to your embroideries, just like this. How sweet is that? I surprised myself today. And I love that about design, about, creating and designing, is I surprise myself a lot. I'm like, dang, I'm good. Oh my gosh, that came out so stinking cute. And you can do this too. You have all the ability to do this. So in just a moment, we're going to jump on over to the machine to Mabel the Meridian, and I'm going to show you how I designed this whole little gadget here. And then the second part is we always jump over to the Solaris, and I'm going to show you how to do these little guys. I have made a full patch video, so if you, I'm not going to go into super detail in it, and you can always go back and watch that, but you can, you'll be able to see this again. And so Melody says, if you save the carrier sheet, can you use it as your pressing cloth? You can, but I would also put something else over that because you're still applying heat to the stitches. So we like to make sure everything's protective on our stitches. So I am a double girl. I would put another Teflon sheet or a pressing cloth on, even on top of that, if I did that. Weird, I know, but I'm just weird like that. So, okay, well, cool. And then at the when we're done with all the demos, then we're going to pick winners. If you don't want to hang on that long, it's absolutely okay, because I will post the winners when this video ends. And if you happen to be one of the winners of the giveaway, then you're just going to send me an email. Okay, and I'll have all that information for you. There are a couple questions that I said I would answer tonight. I will do that after the I get off, done with the Solaris. Let's see. So Carol, okay, Carol brings up a good point. Good to know about the options with Glare vinyl for those of us who don't have Scan and Cut or Cricut. Yeah, you can just buy some and have fun with it. To be honest with you, is it Kimberbell? Yeah, Kimberbell sells glitter vinyl just for sewing, and or excuse me, for machine embroidery. They do have what we call SVG files. Those are your cut files. They do have SVG files, but sometimes they don't even use those. And I don't get into a lot of the digital cutting. I don't do that much anymore. So I'm going to keep it out of that. And then we're going to use it differently. So Dory, if you're getting a repeat, what you need to do, for some reason it's happening for some people, is to log out of your Facebook app and then come back. All right, so we're going to switch over to Mabel the Meridian, and we're going to get going on learning how to do some applique. Remember, this applique has a built-in design in IQ, and also I am using a clip art design. So I'm going to show you how to do both of those. Really cool. I was proud of myself on that one. Okay, so let's get to my camera. Okay, 1 second, guys. Let me check on my camera here. We may have to do this. I may have to log out and log back on again for my camera. So you may just see my name. Hang on just a moment. Interesting. I have something funky going on here. Give me just a second. And let's see. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I heard some noise. That's always good. Noise is good. Aha. Okay, so I might have what it's supposed to have. All right, well, okay. Well, we might have to do it the ugly way, which is fine with me. Okay, there I am. All right, technology, still learning here. So y'all just hang on just a moment and let's try to get the camera again. Okay, well, I am having problems with my camera, but I have a backup plan. All right. At least I think I do. Oh my goodness. I lost you guys. There we go. Okay. So let's try it this way then. We're going to go to share screen. And I bet you I could do it this way. It won't be as pretty, but at least we'll kind of get things going there. All right, let me get some stuff out of my way and turn this puppy on. Uh-oh, I know, uh-oh. Hey, uh-oh for me, because I am freezing up too. Well, welcome to live TV. And now you get to see all my messiness in the background. So let's try this again. There we go. And I might be able to get this going again. All right, so hopefully you will be able to see what's happening on screen. I'll check my phone, make sure that you guys can see what I'm seeing. There we go. And I'm going to do us a favor. And we're going to rotate the screen. So sorry if there's so much going on. I may lose some people at this, but I think I got it. Okay. Here we go. All right. You're doing better than I would. Girl, welcome to my world. I am the queen of figuring things out. I love to figure things out. What I'm doing, if you see me in the top screen there, is I'm moving my chair around. And you get to see in the little bitty baby screen at the top, the messy sewing room. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now, I am on the Meridian. And so if I grab the pillow again, let's grab her to show you what we want to be able to do. And it's not going to come out very pretty because the lighting isn't good on my camera. It actually looks like totally different colors. Isn't that hysterical? So you'll notice there's the heart and the XOXO. Now, what I want to do, and I'll design this in front of you so you can see and you can follow along and let me grab my, oh, good gracious. Thank goodness y'all don't pay for this because it's a mess, isn't it? Okay. Uh-oh, I got a mad face. I got a mad face. Oh, no. All right. Yeah, something's going on with my color, which is really weird. So the color may look a little strange. I'll have to figure out why it's looking a little strange at another time. But it looks kind of blue, doesn't it? Isn't that weird? Okay. Well, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to first come to IQ Designer. All the colors are weird. This is so weird. Okay. I'm just going to go with it. Here we go, guys. Buckle up. You're in for a bumpy ride. So the first thing I want to do is go to IQ Designer. And what I would like to happen is I am going to first find any shape that I want. And we're going to start with the heart shape. So let's go here to the circle and square. And you have some options here. And the great thing about these options is that you have some closed basic designs. You also have a little tab up here that has like a little flag, and you have some more fun designs. And that's what I'm going to use. I use this heart right here, so I'm going to tap on her. Blurry. Okay, so I will try to focus if it's blurry. Oh wait, that's light, that's not focused. That's about as focused as I can get. Let me see if I can maybe zoom in a little bit. Let me turn my phone sideways to see what y'all are seeing. Okay, there we go. It doesn't look blurry anymore. Okay. So I want to select the heart that I want. So I'm going to select that and then select OK. And now I have my heart. But when you first bring in the design, it really doesn't have an assigned stitch to it. Well, it kind of does. It has a satin stitch that's assigned to it. So if I were to take it all the way over to embroidery right now, and let's just do that, it is going to have a satin stitch applied to it. That's not what I want, because when we talk about embroidery, the cool thing about embroidery is that you have 3 steps. You have the placement line, you have the tack down line, and then you have some sort of finishing line, be it a straight stitch, be it a satin stitch, be it a decorative stitch. You have all kind of fun stuff that's happening. So what we're going to make right now is we're first going to make the placement line. So I've got my heart in here. And the first thing I want to make sure that happens is that my line is turned into a straight stitch. And how will I do that? Well, when we've talked before, in IQ Designer, we have 2 little areas that have either 4 or 5 icons grouped together. And the top one is going to be your line properties. So I'm going to go to my little setting piece of paper page, and I'm going to select from right here, I'm going to select this running stitch. Brighten it up a little bit. Ooh, Christina, I like that. PTA, position, tack, adorn. I like that. I'm gonna start using that. I stole it from you. The next thing I'm gonna do is select a color, because this is gonna help me know if I really know if I changed the line. So I'm going to select this green color, and it may look blue on your screen because for some reason my colors are going all kind of wacky. So I'm going to select a color and select OK. Then what I want to do in that same grouping is select the bucket, and then I'm going to tap directly on the line. And the line changed to the color that I told it to, but it also changed to a straight stitch. The next thing I want to do is change the size. So what I'm going to do here is select this little box that is a dotted line box, and I'm going to draw a line around it, and you can kind of see a box being drawn around it. And I can go to size, and I can put it to any size I want. So I'm going to shrink it down a little bit, actually quite a bit. I brought it down to about, gosh, it was about right there. And I'm going to select OK. And the most important step that you're going to remember is to save this. You want to save and save often, especially when you're an IQ designer, because if something happens, you can come back and change. So I'm going to come down here to the pocket that goes to the outside, or with the arrow that goes to the outside, and tap that, and then select my machine. And now it's saved into my machine. Now what I want to do is I'm done with that. I've created my heart and I'm going to select next. And if you're on a Meridian or Altair and the equivalent of the brother machines, you will then select preview. If you're on a Solaris and the equivalent to that in brother, you will hit set. Okay, so after we select that, you may have to hit set again. So let's hit set again. And it's going to yell at me. It's going to say, hey, Anna, wait. This is going to go into the embroidery side of the machine. Are you sure you don't want to change this before you leave? And I'm going to say no, because I saved a copy of it and I can go back and change it later if I want to. So I'm going to give it a big okay. And there's my heart. Now, I have got my placement line now. Now what I need to do is make my tack down. And do you know what the easiest way to do a tack down or a second line or a second shape that's exactly the same as this one? I don't have to go back into IQ Designer. I can go up to my edit when I'm in my embroidery edit. I can select this little icon that is a square, and then it has a square that has, oops, I think I'm off a little. Isn't that weird? Y'all, everything's red over there. I must have really messed something up in my thingy. Okay, so if you look right here, there is a button that has a square with a square and a dashed line. So what you're going to do is tap that, and you'll notice when I do that, it brings a second one in. And I'm not going to tap the screen or anything. I'm going to leave it like that, because what I'm going to do is give it a different color so I know that is my placement line. I can come into my little color change area here, or your color chip area. I can select any color. And then I'm going to select OK, so it changed the color. And now what I'm going to do is go to my move icon, and I'm going to select this little circular dot right here in the center, and then I'm going to move it on top and down directly on top. And you may have to like zoom in a little bit to make sure you are getting them exactly on top. There we go, that looks pretty good. And I'm going to zoom out real quick. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now what I'm going to do is I want to add, so what I've done was I've added my placement stitch and my tack down stitch. But now I want to, oh gosh, that's terrible. It's like a bad movie happening right now. Okay, so now what I want to do is, which you can't see because it's so dark for some reason, is add the satin stitch. So let's go back and add our satin stitch. And let me see something here. Let me see if I've got, whoa, goodness gracious. Nope, that's wrong. Yeah. I was just checking my filters here to see why they're not working, but they're not. Okay, well, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Let's get you back in focus there. It's a movie noir. Yeah, see? The embroidery, see? Okay, so now what we want to do is put a third, basically a third stitch, which is going to be an applique. So we're going to go back, we're going to actually go to the word add at the bottom, and we're going to go back to IQ Designer. Now, since I saved the heart shape inside of IQ Designer, I don't have to worry about remembering the size or anything. You may want to write down the size just in case. I do that actually. But I want to pull that same part back out. I'm going to come right here to this little pocket that has an arrow going out, and I saved it to the machine. And what you'll notice is it's going to be right here. It'll always be this first one right here. So I'm going to select that and hit set. Now, okay, it's there. Well, what do we do next, Anna? Well, you're going to come back to the line properties area right here, select the settings key, and we're going to make sure that it is on the satin stitch. And then I'm going to select a different color. It doesn't matter what color I pick, because if I tell you it's purple, it's probably going to look green on your screen. So I'm going to select OK. I'm going to make sure my bucket is on, and I'm going to tap the line. Now it doesn't look like anything happened, but when I go to next, and then I go to preview and OK, you will see a satin stitch. You will see a chunkier stitch. But I'm not happy with that. Why am I not happy with that? Because I want my satin stitch to be a little bit wider. So I'm going to return, and it'll bring me back to the screen. And right here, where you see down here where it says 0.080, and then it has a zigzag with a little bitty arrow going up and down, that means that I can change the width. So I'm going to take it up. I think I settled on 0.140. Set preview. Okay. And like I said, in Solaris, you might not have. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice and big and chunky. I like that. So I'm going to hit set and OK. And there we go. I just made an applique. And let's look at these. Let's look at our lines here. So this first line is going to be my placement line. After my placement line is stitched down, I'm going to take whatever material, my fabric or my heat transfer glitter, down on top. And then the next stitch will be the tack down, which is this one right here. Pretty cool. And then the last stitch will be the zigzag stitch, or what mostly known as the satin stitch. And I don't know if you know that you have a super cool tool up here that's right underneath the house. It looks like a hoop. If I tap on that, and down here, there is a little button that has a play sign and a needle. Now, if I tap that and hit play, it's going to do the whole stitch out for me. So I know what's going to happen. So I've got my 3 parts, and I'm done. Pretty good. Tamara, yes, or Tamara or Tamara. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I've known a Tamara and a Tamara. This is from what Bev said right below, Gloria Horn Sewing Studio. I got the stylus there. I love it. And I love shopping through small businesses, so you can get it there, and she's amazing. They'll send it right out to you. Now, the other thing that I want to do is I'm going to leave that as is right at the moment, because next I want to do, which you can't see very well on my screen, is the XOXO. Well, how did I do that? Well, what I did, and let me see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see my screen very well, but you may not be able to see my screen very well. But what I'm going to do is, and I've done a few videos on this, but I'm going to quickly kind of show you how you can use a clip art and bring in something to turn into applique. How cool is that? Yeah, I love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is select this guy right here, or wherever you go to, you may use Google or Safari. So I'm going to go on my phone, and I'm going to type in the top here. I've actually already done it. I'm going to type in my Google XOXO clip art black and white. And it'll bring me to this page. Well, it'll bring you to a page that looks like this actually. And what I want to do is select images. And I could really pick anything I wanted. That one's a cute one. This one would probably be too thin to make an applique, but you could turn that into regular stitching. This one would have been good, but I actually ended up going with this one right here. I loved it. I loved the shape, and it came out so cute. It did have this big heart around it, but we can fix that. So however on your device you save a picture, on the Apple devices, you just got to press and hold, and it'll ask you, what do you want to do with this? So I'm going to go add to photos, and then I'm done. Now I can go to my app, my IQ positioning app, right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select underneath IQ Designer where it says select image for creating design. So I'm going to tap on that and it's going to bring me to my pictures. And oh, even though that baby's blue, that's a beautiful baby. Let me tell you, that's my baby nephew. So I'm going to tap on that and then I'm going to select right down here, send to the machine. And if you're just joining us, my colors are whacked out on my screen for some reason. So please excuse the color variation. So it'll tell me, okay, I sent it over to IQ Designer for you, Anna, and I'm gonna say, okay, thanks. Now, when I go back, let me see here. I'm sorry, I kind of lost you guys here. Let's go back. I wanna make sure I get your questions. There we go. Oh. Okay, so now when I go back and I want to add the words XOXO, all I have to do is now go to the word add right down here at the bottom, go to IQ Designer, and now what I'm going to do is I am going to select the line design key right up here. And of course you can do this. Now I did just have a really great question. And Janet asked, can I do this on the Destiny? Yes, but what you're going to do is you're going to print that design out on a piece of paper and then scan it in with your scan hoop. So yes, you can do it. You just don't have the Wi-Fi ability, but that's okay. You still can do all that I'm doing here. Okay, so next, if you have the app, like I just did, you're going to select the Wi-Fi. And it's always going to be this last one up at the top, or I shouldn't say last, it's always going to be the first one up at the top. So I'm going to tap on that and you can see that it's right here. I'm then going to hit set. And then I'm going to ignore everything right here. I'm just going to go to OK. And then hit set again. And what I'm going to do, oh, wait, Mindy's asked me, he just said OK. Oh, I thought you were, Mindy, I thought you were going to tell me what to do. Mindy said, my husband walked by and asked what's wrong with the computer. I told him we're doing a class in blue today. He just said OK and off it went. Well, thanks a lot, Mr. Doden, because I thought you could help us. That's okay. Okay, so I'm just going to want to use the letters. So I want to get rid of this heart outline. Now, if you notice down here, I do have these little leaves right here. And this lightens and darkens the background image. I'm actually going to lighten the background image so I don't see it. Okay. I'm going to grab my eraser. You guys are cracking me up. And I'm going to erase the heart outline. And I'm sorry if my hand's all in the way. And I'm going to get all of that. And now I'm done. Melody, thanks for answering that. Yes, that's a great tip. Okay. Now what I want to do, oh, hello. The princess just came into the room, my dog. Okay, so now what I want to do is turn these lines into stitch lines. So let's go back to, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it a little bit better. I'm going to go back to my line properties. I'm going to select the settings key and select the single line. And I'm going to choose a color. And then I'm going to tap on all the lines using the bucket. So I do have to do all the lines. So I'm going to tap here and here, 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 inside, and outside. There we go. Got it all. Perfect. So I have turned those into a straight stitch. So that will be my placement line. I'm then going to save it to my machine. Oh, and let's change the size a little bit. So what I want to do is turn on my little select key, draw a box around it, and now the size key will show up. Am I wearing gloves? No, Julie, if you joined on a little late, I'm having problems with my color on my camera. So it does look like it's a debacle, but hey, welcome to the group. So I'm going to change the size, and it's at like 2.73. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller. I can't remember what I had it at before, but we'll just play with it there. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to save it to my machine by using the pocket with the arrow going in into the machine. And then I can hit next, preview, and there it is. And I'll hit set, okay. And now here it is right here. And so I kind of just took it and put it right over here. My center is off. No, she's a Smurf today. Yes, I am a Smurf today. So that'd be so funny, guys, if I actually wore gloves to do this, like every week had a fancy pair of gloves on. Okay, so I'm going to move this off to the side here, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did earlier. Because I'm not going to add a satin stitch around this. All I need is 2 lines. I just need a placement line and a tack down stitch. So I'm going to go to my edit key. I'm going to go to my copy key. And then I'm going to go to my colors and change the color. And then I'm going to put this one on top of that one. So I'm just going to use my move keys. I'm going to zoom in, just so I can see very nicely. And I'm just going to get these on top of each other. Woo, woo, woo. And I'm not using the, Ernestine, yeah, you know what? Let me check on it. That's a good question. Janet says my center is off. And are you talking about on my camera or on, if it is, okay. There we go. Maybe I'm off there a little bit. Or if in here, because I'm not making it completely center. I'm just kind of playing with it. Okay, so I've got those directly on top of each other. And now instead of having 3 steps, I only have 2 steps. And what that means is it's going to have a placement line. I'm going to lay my fabric or whatever medium down. And then I'm going to let it tack it down, and I'm going to trim away everything on the outside and inside of the circles and leave it because it gives it a really cool, it's like a raw edge effect. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Janet. Let's go out to 100%, and there we go. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to my grouping key, and I'm going to group these 2 elements together. And I'm going to select OK. And since I did a background, and of course you can't see my lovely background, but you might be able to see some bubbles happening here. I did do a fill in the background. So how I did that was I came and I made sure these were grouped together, and I'm going to select my little flower outline key. I like to move it a little bit further away and select memory. And when I select that memory, it's going to drop that outline only inside of IQ Designer. And it's going to tell me, hey, Anna, make sure to look for this key when you go over to IQ Designer. I'm going to say, oh, all right. And then I'm going to go to Add. I'm going to go to IQ Designer. And I'm going to do 2 things here. The very first thing that I'm going to do before I pull out that outline shape is I'm going to give myself an area. And I'm going to come up to the hoops. This is really cool. I'm going to select this, and I use the 8x8 inch area. Okay, and it gives me a box on the screen. Now I'm going to go back to my shapes key, go to the same little flower where my outline's going to be, And there it is, my XOXO. I'm going to select that and OK. And then what I can do is I can come over here and move it wherever I want. Let's see. Oh, and to be able to move it, you can, you know, move everything around. But the thing about that, about moving it is that if I move it in here, I'm going to have to move my designs on the embroidery side over to that area, which is fine. And I'll do that. I'll show you how to do that. So let me put it back to its original position. It comes in the original position. But let's say I move it over here just a hair. How am I going to fix that? Well, this is a great learning moment. Let me show you. But the first thing I want to do is add a fill on the outside here. So I'm going to now go to my fill properties right here. I'm going to select whatever fill I want. And I chose the bubbles earlier, so we'll go with bubbles. I'll give it a color. I'm going to make sure my bucket is on, and I'm going to tap right there, and you can see on your screen it's blue, mine's pink, but you can see right there that it leaves that outline area open. I'm then going to select Next and Preview. If you're on a Solaris, you won't have to hit Preview, but there it is. How cute is that? Now, you can change the size of your circles by selecting Return if you're not happy with that, and play with the sizing here. And I'm going to go up to about 125 and hit Set. You won't see it yet, but once I hit Preview, you'll see it change there. So that looks pretty cute. I'm going to select Set and OK. Now, what's wrong here? Well, what had happened was that I need to move my designs over because I moved everything over in IQ Designer. So what I may want to do is, well, I can't do that. I can't group everything now, can I? How did I do this earlier? I was trying to remember how I did this earlier. Okay. Let me try something, guys. I'm going to take this off. No, they were grouped. Okay. So if I take and move that, you see how difficult that is? So what happens when I move things, you can see there's all my stitching there. So it may not behoove you to move your design over inside of IQ Designer. So let's go back to IQ Designer really quickly and fix that. So we're going to go to Add, IQ Designer, and I'll just kind of quickly walk through this process. I'm then going to, I got my box, I'm going to go grab my shapes, but I'm not going to move them. I'm going to leave them where they're at. Then what I'll do is add the fill. Select a color, why not? Bucket, and there. Next, here I had changed that to 125. Let's try that again. And let's see what happens when I set it now. Fits right in perfectly. So I'm good to go now. And now all I have to do, guys, is go and stitch this out. Take it over to embroidery, and there you go. But let me show you how the glitter applique works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything except for the heart, because I'm not going to stitch this whole thing out again. So I'm going to return. I'm going to select that and delete. I'm going to select that and delete, and select that and delete. And how big is this? Okay, good, perfect. So I'm going to move it into the center. Oh, but I don't know if you saw what happened. It didn't grab everything. I need to make sure everything is grouped. And then I'm going to move it into the center. There we go. All right, I've got everything prepared, although I don't know how well it's going to look on the screen. what colors you're going to see. But let's talk about applique as a whole. So the first thing that we're going to have stitch out is our placement line. So let's let that stitch down. And then we're going to take our there we go. And then I'm going to take my glitter vinyl and lay this on top. And the stitch lines on this automatically do a double stitch line. For me, that's not a bad thing, especially when it's tacking down your material. So now what I'm going to do, which you're not going to be able to see very well, is take the carrier sheet off. So I'm going to take, and it looks blue on the screen, but it's actually red. And I'm going to lay that on top. And it will definitely behoove you to use a little bit of tape to hold it down, just to hold it into place, because this stuff is slippery. My hand's back here. And I use Floriani, believe it or not, it is pink perfection tape. And I'm going to tack that down. While that's stitching, I'm going to grab my scissors. So weird. Yeah, I don't know. Now, what's hard to see with this is if you match your exact fabric or color to your applique, to your material, then you won't be able to see it very well. But I like to come very close. But another thing that can happen, and you just want to be careful doing this, is you can take and start to rip away this material. But sometimes it might leave some little hangers on her. So just don't rip really hard. Because you don't want to yank the stitches out, but you can trim. See, there's a part that I need to get in there and get that good. And like tear that away. And let's see if I can get this started. There we go. And they do call this also rip away applique. You could let this go all the way into the satin stitch and then rip away after that. But I wanted to just start new with you and just kind of show you how it'll work. All right. So that's how easy you can use that stuff. Okay. So there we go. So now what I'm going to do is let that finish by doing the satin stitch. And that'll just take a moment. And what I'm going to do is turn the camera off and we'll talk here a moment while that's finishing up. Because it's embarrassed me enough. All right. How's everybody doing out there? Pick up my mess off the floor. This little guy right here. Marie, don't worry if you're late. You can always rewatch it anytime. So you don't have to worry about that. So while that's stitching, wherever my pillow is, and it's not blue, it's red and gold. That's how easy you can take a shape. Thank you, Louise. Hey, my thing is if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I mean, what can I do about it? I can't freak out about it. So, so as I took a built-in shape, and then I took a shape that came in from the internet. So, la 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 la. Yes, yes. The glitter is like tearing away vanilla. It's so beautiful. So, you know, you can really, and then all I did after everything's stitched out, all the way to the, and it's hard to see, okay, you can see my little bubbles down here. All I did was I trimmed it directly on the stitch line. There will be an outer stitch line that just stitches. And I trimmed it directly on that. And then I took 2 pieces of fabric for the back. I folded them in half. I measured. I think I ended up cutting these, what was it, 7 and 3. Okay, so this ended up about 7 3/4. So I took 2 pieces at 7 3/4 by 11, no, 10 by 10, folded them in half. I then took that nice folded edge right here, and I like to do top stitching a lot, so I put little top stitches right here, and then I sewed it on, turned it inside out, and stuffed it with filler. So easy. I've got to finish it though, because otherwise it's gonna be all janky. Ooh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wiggle you, but let's show you the heart. Ta-da! Isn't that cute? And that was so quick and so easy. So let me get to your questions real quick because I'm getting some good questions. Thanks, Carol. Lynn. Okay. Okay. Good questions. Okay, where can we buy vinyl? There are all kind of places out there. There's like, I think it's called Double H Vinyl. I don't know. There's all kind of places to buy vinyl. So something's going on with my computer. So you're just going to do a search in Google for glitter vinyl, or excuse me, glitter heat transfer vinyl, does the vinyl wash well? Absolutely. So what I would do when I was done with this, and I did do to the other pieces, is I took this over to my iron, and you want a pretty warm iron. If Cookie Gainer can, I can't remember if it's the highest setting or what. It's been a while since I've done a lot of vinyl. You're going to put a heat press cloth over it, and you're going to hold it into place for about 10 to 12 seconds. And that'll allow the glue to set. And then, because what it's mostly used for is for shirts or something like that, some wearable stuff, so it washes beautifully. Is there an easier way to get the 3? Yeah, I could have, Diane, moved everything to the middle and then use the center button at the time. But sometimes we have to work it out where we've got to move everything around. Oh, got another mad face. I'm sorry, whoever I made mad. Nice job. Thank you. Yes, yes. Is that Cricut vinyl, darling? No, this one isn't Cricut vinyl. This one's probably from Stalls, and that's STAHLS. So STAHLS. I bought a ton of this from a company called Stalls. I have a design from AccuQuilt that multiple flowered applique. Can I use the Meridian? Yes, you can scan that in and then create an outline of it, Nancy, to do that. Absolutely. Tear away in the hoop. Dawn, good question. Actually, for this, because I wanted it to be soft, I have a piece of cotton fabric. I have what I love to do all the time is fuse it to a piece of fusible fleece. And then I have a no-show mesh because I'm going to use it as a pillow. I want it soft. If you're just going to do it on a piece of regular cotton, then what I would do is back the cotton with an interfacing, and then I would use a tearaway. So, thank you. Turned red. I know. Gail's Nest. Yes, Linda, thank you. Gail's Nest. They have it too. The pillow's so cute. I managed to send clip art to my email and printed it. Yeah, you'll just put it onto, Renee, you'll just put it onto the scan mat, and then you'll select Align Design in IQ Designer, and you'll have a scan button. You'll just scan it in. Oh, wouldn't that be cute, Janet? Do I iron it? Okay, magic. 305. Thank you. You guys are picking on me. I love it. Good. Y'all are throwing out some great names here. Thank you for helping out, you guys. Little mad face is right where our thumbs might accidentally touch on. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny when I get a mad face, though. That's why I'm always like, oh, a mad face. Thanks, Patricia. Okay, Gail's rebuilding her website, so it'll be down until about 2:10. Once she's back, that's a great place to get any kind of vinyl or cork. I have gotten cork and vinyl, or like the soft vinyl there. It's beautiful. So thank you. Stalls is 320 degrees. So we use heat presses a lot. And so yeah, you're going to get your iron pretty hot. Perfect. So yay. Now I got to figure it. Okay. Got to quickly figure out what's wrong with my camera, which I think I can do. You know, it could be just the way that it's plugged in. I'm going to try a different plug too. Weird things happen because I really want to get to showing you how to do the patch type of applique. It's pretty cool. Katie, you wouldn't love it if you saw the rest of it. It is messy. Okay, let's try to get the camera back going again. So let's do Applique and all right, thanks. Are you kidding me? Now the color is right. Y'all can't see it, but I can see it. Now I'm going to see if I'm able to share it with you guys because something weird was happening. It was so odd. So you might, yeah, it's still not doing what it's supposed to do, but that's okay. I can still make it work, but I think I've got the color problem fixed. Okay, there I am again. Sorry for all the craziness tonight, guys. You guys are so great and patient. Thank you. Okay, so I was just checking. Okay, so let's quickly kind of go over how to do applique a little bit of a different way using the applique patch feature on the machines. I can't remember which machine this starts with, but quite a few of you may have this. So let's let me grab my camera, move it over to the other side. And I'm just going to kind of quickly go over that because it is a cool technique. Whoa. And then I'm going to answer some questions and then we're going to do the giveaway. Oh, yay, giveaway. Thanks, Mindy. You're the best. Have a good one. Okay, let's share some screen here. Maybe I should have just turned it off and turned it back on. That's probably what I should have just done. Okay. All right, here we go, my friends. Okay, so now, and then it froze up on me. You know, I might cry tonight. Nope, it did the color thing again. This is so weird. Well, you know what we might do? Instead of doing the patches, we might skip that tonight because I'm getting a little bit frustrated with my camera. And we might just jump into the giveaway. How would that work for you guys? I'm sure you'll be okay with that, right? You'll be okay with that. Can I use a Cricut vinyl for this project? Yes, Ernestine, absolutely you can. Absolutely. So we're just going to jump on over. One time I didn't see the zoom in the corner. Yeah, Stacy, that's the right way. You're not supposed to really be able to see it in the corner, and that's what's happening. So I might have to update my camera. This camera can be finicky, and now I'm all logged on into it. Yeah, there we go. Let's just get this out of the way. Because she's making me mad. Okay, there we go. Hello, Lacy Poo. Okay. All right. Well, let me get that set up for the giveaway. No crying, but you can scream. Okay. You know what? It is what it is, right? Okay, let's get a number generator pulled up. So if you are still here and you joined in the giveaway fun, we're going to do 5 gifts, number generator. So I need to do this little thing here. And then I have this up here. And what I'm doing is just getting it ready so we can quickly see what's happening. Ooh, I want that up. And what I'll do is we'll pick a number and then we'll show you who won. We meaning me. Okay. Let's see what it shows you on screen, because this would be really cool if it let me show you both things. And what should we start out with? Oh, perfect. All right, here we go, guys. Okay, so you can see the number generator on the screen. We're going to pick a number, and then I'm going to tell you who won it. Ready? Okay, so we have 262 entries. So I'm going to type that in here. 262. And I'm now going to, and what the first gift is the Baby Lock magnetic pen holder with the pen, or with the Baby Lock lapel pen. Oh, so cute. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, I've got my pad and pencil down. I need to make sure I write everybody down. Nothing like holding everything up. Okay. All right, here we go. Generate. Number 150. And let me tell you who that could be. I'm going to, just so you can see. Let's see who number 150 is. That is, I have to find it first. Congratulations, Shelly Rutan. Yay! So right here, you can see number 150 is Shelly Rutan. So I'm going to say, let me write Shelly's name down so I don't forget. Congratulations if you're on here. If you're not, no biggie. Mag pen holder. All right. Okay. All right. We're going to jump back to that. I wish I could do multiple screens at a time, because that would be a big help. Okay, let's go back to the number generator. Congratulations. What are we going to do next? All right. Okay, from Under the Hill Woodworking, one of my favorite places to shop. He makes some beautiful, really cool prizes. And this, if you look up at the top of your screen, you can see me holding something. It's very, 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 very tiny. But this is, you actually put your needles in there. It goes on your keychain. It's this beautiful resin green needle holder. Love it. So let's see. So we're going to hit our generator one more time. And that's going to be, oh, that's weird, number 153, who is Simply Steph. So Simply Steph. So I will pull that up so you can see it. Getting pretty good at switching quickly. And there is Simply Steph right there, 153. Write her down. Yay, congratulations. And she gets the needle holder. If I don't write it down, guys, I might forget, and then I'd have to rewatch this. All right. I might have to rewatch my shame. Okay, so the third prize, let's do the Hope Yoder. Hope makes these fantastic little great acrylic gifts. And so let me see if I can get it to you. There we go. And what this is especially right now, everything, we don't want to touch anything, especially if you're like at an ATM or anything. It has this great little button pusher. It has a door grabber, but also you can use this as a phone stand. It actually, your stand or your phone will stand here so you can, or sit here so you can watch movies and stuff. It's fantastic. And if you can see that, it says love to sew, and it's got these teeny weeny little sewing notions on it. It's so stinking cute. Yes, Nancy, he does have amazing stuff. Okay, so let's see who's going to win the Hope Yoder. I forgot what it's called, but awesome tool. We'll call it the awesome tool. Ready? And that's going to be number 192. And we're going to stop share and jump over to see who number 192 is. Let's look at that together. 192 is, all right, Roxy Bold. Roxy Bold. What a great name. So Roxy Bold, congratulations. And she gets the Hope Prize. Congratulations. Pusher. It's a pusher. That's right, Sally. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so the next gift, we have two more. This one is from Under the Hill Woodworking as well. And it doesn't look like much, but it's actually really super cool. So what it is it is a chain piece cutter. So if you do a lot of quilting and you chain piece all the time, what you do is you've got the sitting on your station, and you just take your and cut your in between each of your chain pieces. It's actually really, really great to have. I need to order me one. I don't have one. Why do I not have one of these? This is fantastic. So it's made by our very, very, very talented at Under the Hill Woodworking. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to do the chain piece cutter. And let's go over here, stop share. I don't know why I got to tell y'all everything that I'm doing, but here we go. So we're going to go generate. Here we go. Number 50. Who is number 50? Let's look at this together. All right, number 50. I would be a terrible carnival barker. All right, number 50 is right here. Betty, girl, Betty Rains Fullerton. All right. So she is going to get that. And then I have one more gift. And let me write this down. So chain piecer or chain thingy. So congratulations, Betty. My last gift that I'm giving away is this really cute, and I don't know if you'll be able to see the whole thing, Talk Sewing to Me Baby Lock shopping bag. It's got handles, it's got straps, it's got extra pockets on the side, and this is a shopping bag. It is so stinking cute. It even has a snap up here to keep things closed. So love this. Use mine. It's amazing. So I'm going to give away one of those. Okay, this is the last one. Ready? Okay, so let's get you over to the generator. This has been a weird night. Okay, all right, here we go. Ready? Drum roll, and here we go. Generate number 134. And let's jump over to see who 134 is. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but you know, it wouldn't be fun if so. Ooh, I went way past. 134 happens to be, where is it? Where is it? Dory Hot Miller. And I hope I'm saying hot or hoot. I'm not sure. Dory gets the bag. Congratulations, Dory. That is so amazing. So let me write this down. Okay, so those of you who, you're welcome, Betty. Congratulations. Um, so back. Okay, now I got everybody right now. Oh, well, congratulations. And please give a big thank you um to Hope and to Under the Hill Woodworking for donating those great prize. We'll have another one soon. Congratulations to all the winners, and thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Now, since my camera is on those of you who I said I would answer your questions tonight, give me a little while and I might do a separate little live, maybe a little bit later if I can get my camera to working. If not, then maybe tomorrow night. So if you wouldn't mind giving me a little bit of time, I'll get that. I got to see what's going on. I might need to do an update. But I do thank you guys for coming. Hopefully we learned something. We had a lot of fun. This is so cute. I can't even get over how cute this is. And it's red, and I don't like red, but it's so cute. So I hope you learned something about your machine tonight that maybe you haven't done before. It's really fun. Also, if you would still like to sign up for any of those classes that I talked about at the beginning of the video, then please just contact me. My email is foreverbblouise@gmail.com. And I will, if I don't see you on anytime during the week, I will see you guys next week. Give me some ideas. What do you want to see me do? Let me know, and we will go over whatever you want. And have a great week. And I hope, I hope you have a great week. And remember, shop local, shop small. And thank you guys so much for your support. You're amazing. So I hope y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all next Sunday. And I got to figure out how to turn this off. Congratulations to my winners, and I'll see y'all next week. Okay, end meeting for all. Okay, bye.